So next வந்து என்ன பண்றோம்? We have one, say for example, you assume that you are having one isotropic source. Yes, sir, audible? Audible and screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. You are having isotropic source like this. Okay. You are having isotropic source like this. Then say for example, if you are having 10 watt of power, okay, 10 watt of power, okay, then for example you simplicity assume that this is some angle, solid angle. On this solid angle you are concentrating 1 watt power. On this solid angle you are concentrating 1 watt power. That means what? Remaining 9 watt you will concentrate on remaining solid angle, because the power is really going in all direction. Then the 1 watt is available on the surface here. When you go to the bigger surface, and there also 1 watt is available, and even if you increase your surface, there also 1 watt only available. Then what is the meaning of this one? Your power is not changing. Whatever the power that you concentrated from the source, that is not changing. But what is changing? The power per unit area is changing. See, when you are at the bigger surface, okay, then the power density means what? Power per unit area. Power per area. Power divided by area. What is your area? That means power density means power per unit area. So when you move away from the source, okay, your surface area increases, but your power is constant. That's why your power density. That's why your power density decreases. That's why your power density decreases. That is the idea, sir. So what will happen when your power density is low? Say, for example, you are having receiving antenna whose shape is something like this. Okay, whose area is like this. Then what you will do? You will receive the power that is available here only. So the power received by you, power received by your antenna is what is your area, physical area or aperture area of the antenna. Then what is the power density there? What is the power density is there? Okay, if the same antenna, if you are using here, same dimension, if you are using here, definitely you will get more power here. Why? Because when you are here, the power density of the wave is high. When you are near to the antenna, the power density is high. That's why you are getting more power. When you go away, the power density decreases. Even though all other parameter is constant, power density decreases. That's why you are getting less power. Your received power is less. So that's why what I am telling, when the wave progresses, you are getting less power. It is not due to the attenuation. It is not due to the attenuation, because see, here also 1 watt, here also 1 watt, here also 1 watt. Even if you increase your distance, that 1 watt only will be concentrated. The power is there, but it is distributed to larger area. It is distributed to larger area. That's why it is looking like that power is getting decreased, because it is getting distributed to larger people. Okay, sorry, larger areas. That is the main idea. So what I'm telling, when the wave progresses, okay, the power decreases, not due to the attenuation. It is due to the spherical nature of the wavefront. It is due to the spherical nature of the wavefront. Okay, power reduction occur due to the spherical nature of the wavefront. Exam la question kepanga sir, when the wave progresses, the received power decreases. Why? Attenuation answer kudurupaanga. That is wrong. Okay, why the power decreases? It is due to the spherical nature of the wavefront. It is due to the spherical nature of the wavefront. Okay, then we'll come here. See, I am having point source. It is getting radially distributed, and here they are showing only 2D. Now this is the spherical wavefront. Then after some time, what happens? It becomes a planar wavefront. Okay, this is a spherical wavefront. Okay, spherical wavefront. After some time, after some distance, then it becomes a planar wavefront. Okay, planar wavefront. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, now we'll move. Is there any other doubt here in this case? No doubt, Rika?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, now I'll go to next topic, next one. Okay. Next one is various type of polarization. Okay. Is that screen visible? Polarization. Visible, sir? Hello?
Visible, sir.
Yes, okay, because I'm sharing in different mode, that's why I'm getting doubt whether that's visible or not, I don't know. Okay, now once if you see here, and again here also they are showing only the electric field nature. Here
Sir,
also,
minute-ஆ இருக்கு sir.
okay, I will do one thing, wait a bit, no problem. Now little bit okay. ஓரளவுக்கு பரவாயில்லையா? Yes, hello.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So இப்போ இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும். Again இங்க here they are showing only the electric field nature in all the cases. The first one is called linear polarization. You can see here very clearly the electric field is changing in some manner. Electric field is changing in some manner. In which way this is changing? Once if you draw the graph like this is changing like this. Yes, sir? It's like slanting. It's varying like this. It's going here and coming here like this. Because in two-dimensional, if you draw this nature, then the variation will be like this. Okay, it's not horizontal. It's not vertical. It's something in between horizontal and vertical. But the electric field is varying on one line only. Okay, once if you see it from the front view, okay, front view means you have to see it from here. Once if you see it from here or on that side, if you see it from that side, and you can see here how the electric field is changing. See here, one line is there. This is your XY graph. SR, is it visible? This is your X, this is your Y, and it's clearly changing between X and Y. That's like a cross. Okay, that's like a so electric field line called as what are linear polarization, called as linearization. It can be exactly vertical, it can be horizontal, it can be slope. If electric field is like this, vertical is like this, horizontal. If it is some slope, other zero or point, so this is linear polarization. Okay, so linear polarization. And next diagram you are seeing electric is doing a circular motion. Sir, see if you it's not line, it's making like a circle. It's like circles because you stand, you some place on the earth, you stand, the electric field is going. Then with respect to time, because a fixed position, that is definition of position. How to measure the position? You stand on the space, then you observe the nature of the electric field, and it's like rotating. Initially like this, rotate clockwise. Then on that we will classify either that is left circularly polarized. So that I will tell you later how to know the right circularly polarized. Okay, now I have shown this diagram only to show you the linearization. Okay, in lecture I will show you the polarization. Okay, next we will see circular polarization. Yes, sir. Are you getting the circular polarization? Okay, what is happening? There is one circle and an electric field is rotating. And in which direction? This is circular polarization. Now somebody tell me in which direction the wave is going. The wave is going in this direction. Okay, then you use your right hand rule, right hand, then whether it follows the right hand coordinate system or not. Whether it follows the right hand coordinate system or not, that's my question. Okay, whether that follows the right hand coordinate system. Sir, please worry about other things. Okay, you concentrate on in which direction the wave is rotating. If you see here, there is one arrow mark that is rotating like this. Okay, you don't worry about X, Y, Z and all. Okay, you keep your finger in the direction of rotation of that vector, right hand, then in which direction the wave is going? Either that is following the right hand or left hand. Please tell me quickly. Yes, sir.
Right hand, sir.
It is going, the wave is going in the right
Right
hand.
hand. Yes.
I think that is following the left hand. What about others?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Right. Yes.
It is following left hand or right hand?
Clockwise direction.
Okay, it's going clockwise because
Right hand, sir.
right hand. What about others?
Right and the
Right hand, how you are telling right hand? The wave is going in this direction because your thumb has to denote the direction of propagation. How you are telling this is?
left
Hmm.
hand.
Hmm.
Anti-clockwise தான் sir data இது.
Okay, anti-clockwise அதெல்லாம் விடுங்க. You keep your finger in such a way that is going in the direction of rotating vector. Then which direction the thumb is denoting? Once if you keep your right hand, that is not correct. I think you have to keep your left hand. Okay, because once if you keep your left hand, then I think this is following the left hand rule. Okay, okay, the left hand rule. Then again you have to make sure that whether that is clockwise or anti-clockwise, that is another confusion is there, because once if you observe from here, one more confusion is there, because if you observe from here, this is like clockwise. If you observe from here, that is anti-clockwise. That means what? Again, one more definition is there. Whenever you do the polarization measurement, from which angle you have to measure, because anyway this is rotating. Once if you see from here, that is like a clockwise. If you see from here, that is like anti-clockwise. Say for example, this is the source, this is the source side, this is the observation side, okay, receiver side. Okay, either you have to see it from the observation point of view or from the source point of view. Another confusion is there, again, to denote either this is clockwise or anti-clockwise. But this is not following the right hand coordinate system. This is not following the right hand coordinate system, okay, because this is following the left hand coordinate system. Okay, left hand coordinate system. Then next I will show you another picture that will go in an opposite way. Yes, sir. Which one this is following? Okay, you keep your fingers in such a way, the rotation of vector, rotational vector here, the vector is getting rotated like this, the vector is getting rotated like this, then definitely this is going in this direction. Your thumb is also in this direction. Okay, your thumb is denoting the direction of propagation of wave. Then this is following the right hand coordinate system. Then that means what? Right circularly polarized wave, right circularly polarized wave. Okay, then please refer our notes. Okay, already discussed பண்ணிருக்கோம். Please refer how to identify, because that's very important. Sometimes they will confuse with left or right. They will confuse with left or right. Okay, I'll go to next. புரியுதா சார்? சம்திங் அட்லீஸ்ட் சர்க்குலர்லி போலரைஸ்ட் அந்த கான்செப்ட் புரியுதுல? லெட் இட் பி லெஃப்ட் ஆர் ரைட், தட் இஸ் நெக்ஸ்ட். சர்க்குலர்லி போலரைஸ்ட் அதாவது உங்களால விஷுவலைஸ் பண்ண முடியுதா? திஸ் வேவ் இஸ் சர்க்குலர்லி போலரைஸ்ட். அது போதும். நெக்ஸ்ட் வில் see later either that is what left or right or clockwise or anti-clockwise. We'll see that later. No problem. Okay. Next, how to do the polarization conversion. Okay, polarization conversion. Because sometime you might have heard in physics, we can convert the circular polarization into linear polarization, because circular polarization is what? Combination of linear polarization. Circular polarization is what? Combination of linear polarization. So once if you have a circular polarization, you are passing it through something, some plate, then it is becoming like a linearly polarized wave. It's becoming like a linearly polarized wave. Okay, so and there are some material, and again you might have had some question like that. Some circularly polarized wave is there when incidence on the some medium and it is getting reflected. What is the polarization of the reflected wave? I think you might have heard the question like this. Say, I am having a conductor like this, a wave goes like this, circular wave goes like this and hits here. When it is getting reflected, what is this polarization? Either this is circularly polarized or linearly polarized or something else like this question is there. Please refer. Okay, so what I am telling here, when the wave is passing from one medium to another medium, or if it is getting from, or if it is getting reflected from some medium, then there is a chance that there may be a change in the polarization. There is the chance that there may be a change in the polarization. There may be a change in the polarization. So you have to get that idea. That's why I have shown this diagram. Okay, I have shown this diagram. So, okay, so I'll move next. Okay. Next, we'll see something about reflection and refraction, because Snell's law, because everything reflection and refraction, everything is based on the Snell's law. We have derived some formula. Okay, then it is still confusing. The total internal reflection concept is still confusing. If possible, I will give you one experiment to do. Okay, I will share you one a simple experiment. Okay, with that. Okay, with that you can do the total internal reflection experiment. Okay, I will share the video. Okay, how to realize the total internal reflection is possible, because they are telling the reflection is possible if the incident angle is greater than the critical angle, and again the light has to be in a capturing area, the acceptance angle. The light has to enter into the acceptance angle. If it goes beyond the acceptance angle, then we cannot capture the light, and some concept is there. Then we'll see here what is those concepts. Okay, so first I'll do some introduction. Okay, sir. Sir, are you getting the screen? Entire screen, yes, enough screen. Okay. Okay. Now I am using some source here. Okay. Now this is air medium, and this is like a water medium. Okay. This is the first medium. Okay. This is like a air. Okay. So this is like a air, and this is like a other medium, some other medium other than air. That could be water or glass. I can choose anyone. Okay. Either water or glass. Okay. See here. Here they are given the option. I can choose either water or in between something, some refractive index, or I can choose a glass. Okay, I can do anything. I can choose anything. So now first I see, first medium also I have chosen like a air. Second medium also I have chosen like a air. That means what? Definitely there is no medium change. Both are same. When there is no medium property, there is no change in the medium properties. What happens? Okay, when I am giving the beam, then there is no reflection or refraction. Okay, the beam is simply going. Okay, because the light is traveling on the same medium. When the light travels on the same medium, you will not get any reflection or refraction. Okay, you will not get any reflection or refraction. But if it goes to another medium, some other medium, then there may be reflection or refraction or total internal reflection. So first namukku enna theriyano, when we are on the same medium, there is no total internal reflection. There is no total internal reflection. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I am this is say first medium. Okay. This is like a first medium. This is first medium 1, and this is medium 2. Okay. Now I'm going to change the medium properties of medium 2. Medium 2 properties I'm going to change. Okay. Instead of air, now I'm slightly increasing my refractive index. I'm slightly increasing. See what is happening when I'm slightly increasing the refractive index. This wave is getting the wave path is getting changed, and again it is introducing one more wave. It is introducing one more wave. So in this process, what I'm getting, so there is some reflection and also refraction, because angle has changed. Okay, previously my angle here I am not changing this angle. Theta 1 I am keeping constant. Okay. Now I am changing the medium properties too. Say previously what I had, n1 sine theta 1 is equal to n2 sine theta 2. Okay, n2 sine theta 2. Okay, so now when I am using air, say for example, when I use air, what is happening? Nothing is happening. Okay, simply the wave is going. When I am using air, simply the wave is going. So what is the meaning? When I'm using air, n1 is equal to n2. When n1 is equal to n2, definitely sine theta 1 has to be equal to sine theta 2. There is no other way to go because it has to follow the Snell's law. Okay, the light rays always has to follow the Snell's law. N1 sine theta 1 is equal to n2 sine theta 2. When I am not changing the medium properties, if n1 and n2 is same exactly, then definitely theta 1 and theta 2 is same. So whatever theta 1 I am getting here, same theta 2 I will get here. Okay, that is intuitive because once theta from mathematics, you know, once this path is not changing, if this is theta 1 and this is theta 2. Now what I'm going to do, n1 I am not changing, the medium 1 properties I am not changing, but medium 2 properties I'm going to change, I'm going to increase. Okay, I'm going to increase. Now somebody tell me, see, n1 I am not changing, this is fixed. Theta 1 also I am not changing, both are fixed. Okay, this is like a fixed quantity. When both are fixed, I am changing n2, that I am going to increase. Now what will happen? Say for example, I want to know what is sine theta 2, but n1 I am not changing, sine theta 1 also I am not changing, that numerator I am not changing, but the denominator n2, okay, n2 means refractive index of the medium 2, I am going to increase. When I increase, what will happen? The overall quantity, when I increase, the overall quantity will decrease. When the overall quantity decreases, when I increase this, the overall quantity decreases. If the overall quantity decreases, if this side decrease, then this side also will decrease. Finally, what will decrease? Theta 2 will decrease. Okay, finally what will decrease? Theta 2 will decrease. Now I am going to observe whether when I increase n2, whether really my theta 2 is getting decreased or not. Okay, whether my theta 2 is getting decreased or not. Okay, now so I am going to increase n2 now. Okay, so I am increased n2. Okay, what happens? Theta 2 is decreasing. Are you observing this, sir? When I am increasing n2, theta 2 is decreasing. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay. My theta 2 is okay decreasing. I am changing the refractive index of the medium 2. Then the angle at medium 2 is changing. That means decreasing because it has to always follows this mathematics. Okay, this mathematics it has to follow. Then in this process, what is happening? Okay, that's okay. My angle is getting decreased. Again, in this process, a new wave you are getting here. Previously, there is no wave. Okay, previously there is no wave here. Now you are getting some new wave. That means what? Reflected wave. That means what? Reflected wave. Okay, it could be a light wave or electromagnetic wave, no problem. But in this case, this is a light wave. So what is the another concept that you are getting? When a light or electromagnetic waves goes from one medium to another medium, if it is different medium, then you will have reflection as well as transmission. Okay, what you will have? You will have reflection as well as the transmission. But in this case, it is clearly visible. The reflection is very less because the intensity is shown by the line. The reflection is around 10% and transmission is around 90%. Okay, transmission is around 90%. Now what I'm going to do, when I increase n2 still further, and again I'm observing what happens to my intensity. It's, I think, increasing. Okay, it's increasing, but anyway I will measure with the measurement tool is there. I will measure. Okay, now I am at some n2. Okay, I am at some m2, sir. Now what I'm going to do, what is the I am going to measure how much light I am getting. Okay, now I am getting, are you getting, sir? In the medium 1 near to the source, you are getting 100% light. Okay, that you are passing to the another medium. Okay, when you are passing to another medium, how much light you are getting? Yes, sir, is it visible? When you are passing it to
Yes,
another
sir.
medium, 97.5% light you are getting. That means remaining light is reflected. Remaining around 2.5% is reflected. Now what I am going to do, if I increase n1 still further, whether my reflection increases or decreases, I am going to measure the intensity of reflection. Okay, so again, yes, reflection increases. Reflection increases. That means what? If there is more mismatch between the mediums, then there will be more reflection. Okay, what is another idea? If there is more mismatch between the medium, Okay, mismatch in the sense what? In terms of refractive index. Okay, because here refractive index you are using 1, here refractive index you are using something around 1.48. So if there is more mismatch, then there is more reflection. And also already you know refractive index is related in this formula, because n you can calculate. Okay, n you can calculate with the help of this formula. I hope you remember this. This is the relation between the refractive index and the relative permittivity of the material. Okay, relative permittivity of the material. Okay, so more the mismatch between the medium, then more the reflection. Okay. And again, I will take some, and again I'm going to verify whether this formula is really working. So what we have understood, when the light goes from one medium to the same medium, if the medium is not changing, you will get only a single wave. If it is going to some other medium, the wave will get refracted, because when the refraction concept comes, you will have some doubt whether the wave is coming this way or this is going this way, because that is also refraction, whether the wave is coming this way or this way, but in which way it has to go, because theta 2 has to decrease. That means what? The wave has to come in this way only. It cannot go that way. That is not at all possible. Okay, because it has to follow these formulas, rules. Okay, Snell's law. Next, I am going to verify. I'm going to take some numerical examples. Okay, I will plug in that value here. If calculator is there, keep it with you. Then I will verify with this diagram whether that is really working or not. Okay, I will verify with this diagram. Okay. Now I will take some realistic value. I know my n1 is 1. I am at some theta, and again this theta also I can vary, sir. This is not a fixed. I can vary in any way I want. Yes, sir. Are you understanding this? This incident angle also I can vary. I can observe the nature, what is happening. Okay, I can vary the incident angle also. It can be like this, or it can go like this, anything. Okay, now I am keeping at some angle. Okay, I am keeping at some angle. Now I do not know what is the angle value. Now I am going to measure the angle. What is the angle of incident angle, sir? Anybody? It's around 30, 40. It's around 45 degree roughly. Okay, sine 45 degree. Okay, so 1 into sine 45 degree. Now I know what is my n2. What is my n2? 1.48. Okay, 1.48. Then what is sine theta 2? Somebody tell me, please, quick. Okay, now I want to sine theta 2. Sine theta 2 value is, sine 45 degree value is what, sir? Please put it in the numerator, sine 45 degree, and then in the denominator 1.48. Then finally you calculate theta in terms of degree. Please somebody tell me quickly what is the value. If you have calculator, you can tell quickly.
28.54.
28.54. Okay. Now I will verify whether that is correct or not, because I am having the tools here. I will verify now. Okay. So yes, sir. 0 is here, 30 is here, 20 is here, 25 is here. I think the 10, 20, it's coming around 24 degrees, sir. Please check it properly, or otherwise I think we would have made mistake here. Whether that is really 45. What is the degree? 30, 40. It's not 45, around 44 degree. Okay, then closely that is correct, sir, because I think that is around 44 degree. That angle is around 44 degree. Then in the numerator you will get around 44 degree. Okay. Once if it is 44 degree, then what is the answer, sir? என்ன சொல்றீங்க? 28ங்களா?
28.54.
Okay, sir. Almost it's coming closer to that. Okay, that's okay. So you will get some angle. Okay, so Snell's law you can verify, because if you have time you can simulate these experiments. Okay, if you have time, you can simulate this experiment later. Okay, because Snell's law is really somewhat confusing, because finally we are going to see how the total internal reflection is happening. Okay, but now what we are seeing, when the light goes from rarer medium to denser medium, what is happening? Rarer medium to denser medium. Then later we will see when the light goes from denser medium to rarer medium, what is going to happen. Later we will see, but here now we are analyzing what is happening when the light goes from rarer medium to denser medium. One thing is very clear. Now say what I am going to do, I am going to adjust this one in any way I want. whether I'm getting total internal reflection here. Total internal reflection means only you should have only reflection, no transmitted wave. Okay, this is like an incident wave. This is reflected wave. This is transmitted wave. Okay, so what is the concept of total internal reflection? You will have only incident wave and reflected wave. So one thing is very clear. When the light goes from rarer medium to denser medium, we cannot get total internal reflection. புரியுதா சார் என்ன சொல்றேன்னு? What I am telling, total internal reflection means what? Really, your incident and reflected wave has to be in same medium. Your incident wave and reflected wave has to be in the same medium. Then only this is called, that is called as total internal reflection. The two totally there should be reflection. There should not be any refraction. There should not be any refraction. Then that condition is called total internal reflection. That condition is called total internal reflection. Please note down in your notes, when the wave or light goes from rarer medium to denser medium, we will not get total internal reflection. We will not get total internal reflection. That means what? If you do the opposite condition nature, if you try it in the opposite way, then there is the possibility that you may get total internal reflection. Okay, you may get total internal reflection. Okay, sir. Okay, sir, you got some idea about Snell's law now? Yes, sir. Tell me. You got some idea about Snell's law? How it is working? Please respond.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You got. Okay, and again here some other option they have given, wave, and again you can see how like a wave nature, how the light is going, how the light is going. Okay. Okay, next we'll move. Next, prism is there. Okay. If the prism is here, if I pass a light, then how it goes. And again, what I can do, I can change the wavelength of the light also. I can change the wavelength of the light that I'm using. Okay. And again, I can change the material. Instead of glass, I can use something else. Okay, then really everything is changing. When I change the material, all the properties are changing. Or instead of prism, I can use some other shape. Okay, any shape I can use. Okay. And again, when your light goes from here to here, this is free space, and this is of water. Okay, water or glass, anything you can use. Okay, water or glass. Okay, let it be water. Are you understanding here? When the wave comes here, it is entering, it is somewhat refracted here, then this is reflection. Okay, then this is reflection, and this is refracted wave. When the wave goes here, this is like an incident wave, this is like a reflected wave, this is like a refracted wave. Okay, this is like a refracted wave. Okay, so then once the wave comes here, and again it gets refracted, and again similarly when the wave comes here, see, I think you can see the wave is going like this, because when the wave comes here, because as the medium is changing, here also you will get refraction as well as reflection. Then there is the reflection, then the wave goes like this. Okay, like this. There are multiple reflection and refraction. Multiple reflection and refraction is there. Okay. And then Purida sir, reflection means, so far we are thinking the reflection means only always the signal from the load side. That is not so. Reflection may be from anywhere else. Okay, here you would have observed there are a lot of reflection. That's why in one class I have told you, when your wave is here, you are thinking that the wave is going in this way and this is getting reflected. Then what will happen? The reflected wave is coming here. If it is not observed by the source, then this will go like this. Again, the one wave itself bouncing okay, front and back like this. Only one wave, it's going like this and it is coming like this. Again reflection, and again reflection like this. It keeps on going. So multiple reflections will be there in reality. Multiple reflections will be there. Okay, that's the idea. Now you can change the material, or you can change the beam here, beam, and totally this is like a physics experiment. Okay. Now our aim is to understand this Snell's law, because Snell's law is useful to identify the total internal reflection, because total internal reflection is useful in fiber optics. Okay, in fiber optics.
சார்
Yes, sir. சொல்லுங்க.
சார்
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
ரிஃப்ராக்ஷன் வந்து சோர்ஸ் வராதுல்ல சார்? only reflection only will come source, reflected wave only.
புரியல, என்ன கேக்குறீங்க? புரியல எனக்கு, திரும்ப சொல்லுங்க.
ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் வந்து சோர்ஸ்க்கு வந்து சொல்றேன், ரிஃப்ராக்ஷன் வந்து சோர்ஸ்க்கு வராது இல்லைங்க?
ரிஃப்ராக்ஷன் கண்டிப்பா சோர்ஸ்க்கு வராது. ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் இட் மே கம் டு சோர்ஸ் ஆர் இட் மே நாட், நம்ம சொல்ல முடியாது. பிகாஸ் இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகுது, பட் வேற இடத்துக்கு போகுது அது. சம்டைம் ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் மே கம் டு சோர்ஸ் ஆல்சோ, பாசிபிலிட்டி இஸ் தேர். பட் இந்த இடத்துல வந்து திஸ் இஸ் லைட் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட், இந்த இடத்துல ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் வந்து இங்க வரல. பட் நீங்க என்னது டிரான்ஸ்மிஷன் லைன் இதெல்லாம் அனலைஸ் பண்ணும்போது ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் சோர்ஸ்க்கு தான் வரும், ஏன்னா அங்க வேற எதுவும் பார்த்து கிடையாது. பிகாஸ் ஏன்னா இது வந்து ஃப்ரீ ஸ்பேஸ்ல போகுது, அதனால இங்க இருந்து ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் இதுக்கே வரணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. பிகாஸ் ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் இஸ் கோயிங் சம்வேர் எல்ஸ். பட் definitely that refraction mostly it will not come to source, definitely. Okay, yes. Refraction is something like transmitted only with a different angle, sir. Okay, you have to understand that properly, because you are because this is like a transmitter, but the angle is getting changed, that's it. Previously the angle was like this. Now once if your medium property is changing, then angle is changing. Okay, so this is reflected and this is like a refracted, but that is like a transmitted case. Okay, in our wave nature, the refracted wave and the transmitted wave both are same. புரியுதுங்களா என்ன சொல்றேன்னு? In case of electromagnetics, yes, light nature நம்ம refracted னு சொல்றோம், refracted, but in case of electromagnetics we can say that transmitted also. Okay, okay, now we'll go further.
Sir,
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
the second experiment போட்டிங்கல prism, அதுல மெட்டீரியல் வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஒரு மீடியம், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஏர் மீடியம் இருக்கு வெளியே.
ஆக்சுவலா பிரிசம் வந்து உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்காக தான் போட்டேன். we are totally unrelated, that is physics experiment, sir. No need to go there. Once if you understand this, that's enough. Snell's law basics, prisms la நம்ம போன அவசியமே கிடையாது. Totally unrelated. You will never get questions from prisms and all. Yes, sir. So one more thing I'm going to analyze. Okay, so and next one is the speed of the wave. Okay, now what is the speed? Are you observing? I am having the source light. I am at free space. When I am at free space, my speed is 1c. What is the meaning of 1c? 1c means what? 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Because c means what? Velocity of light in free space, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Now, I know, because once if the wave goes to different medium, then definitely the speed of the wave will be affected. Okay, once if the wave goes to different medium, speed of the wave will get affected. Okay, the speed of the wave in any medium is equal to c divided by square root of epsilon r. ஞாபகம் இருக்கா சார்? anybody ஞாபகம் இருக்குங்களா? The speed of the wave in other than free space air is something like this, c divided by square root of epsilon r. That means what? When the wave is going into another mediums,